Hey folks, welcome back to Guns, Gear, and Life channel. My name is John, and I wanted to do a quick dip review. Um, my normal dip of choice is Copenhagen Long Cut Wintergreen, but I do dip Grizzly, Premium Dark Wintergreen, and lately money's been a little tighter. I'm trying to save a little bit of money, so recently I picked up um, one of these tubs of Longhorn. It is a 6 can tub, and actually, it's surprisingly not too bad. Um, buying 2 cans of Copenhagen up here in Minnesota, where I live, will cost you a little over $16 after tax, and the government takes their undeserved part. Um, so it's pretty expensive. I remember in past years, I've always said, man, once Chew gets to $5 a can, I'm done. I'm quitting. Well, that never happens. It goes up, and I still continue to chew. Um, so, being that I wanted to start saving a little bit of money, I found this stuff and thought I'd give it a shot and see what it was like. Either way, if I didn't care for it a lot, I had 6 cans of chew in my house at all times. One of the things I've started doing with this is I will still buy a can or two at a time of Copenhagen or Grizzly, but then I buy this at the same time. And I throw it in my lunchbox for work, and doesn't matter how long my day ends up being, I have chew, and I have enough to where, this lasts me quite a while. That being said, I like Longhorn. It's not bad. It tastes pretty good. It's, obviously it is not Copenhagen. When you buy your tub of Longhorn, it will come with a pocket can inside the tub. I don't tend to care for the pocket can too much, and the main reason is it's a cheap can. It doesn't hold up. I work in the outdoor industry. I do irrigation, snow plowing, and all that. One of the things I don't like about it is the lid. It doesn't seem to, clamp shut. It seems to be a cheap, junk can that breaks easy, doesn't shut good, and I feel like at any point when I'm packing a dip, it's going to come open. But it's pretty good as far as the tobacco itself. It is moist. It pinches good. It doesn't have too bad of a flavor. The wintergreen is not extremely strong. It's not as hard on my, I have, over the years of chewing, my inner lip gets pretty rough. And on those days, some of those days, wintergreen can be a little rough on your mouth, and it tends to burn a little bit. But this stuff doesn't seem to be too bad. I can put this in without too much of a burn. A little burn is good, but when you're sitting there and you feel like your mouth is on fire, that's not good. So, and this seems to not do that. I don't have to go and, buy a can of Natty or buy a can of regular or straight or whatever to give my lip a little bit of a break. What else? It is. I don't think it's quite 6 cans. The 6 cans of chew, they say in here you get 6 cans, but that dip can, the pocket can that comes with this, is fairly small. It is about, I don't know, about a third smaller than a Grizzly can, or Copenhagen can, or Kodiak can. One of my gripes, and I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like this, but one of my gripes with Copenhagen lately is you buy a can of Grizzly, when you crack that can is full. When you buy a can of Copenhagen lately, you crack that can, you open that can up, and, it's like my brothers went into my dip can before I opened it and took a big old dip out for himself. And at $8 a can, you could fill the can for me. At least give me a full can of dip. Grizzly, their cans, always full. Always. This, obviously, being a big 6-can tub, it's not going to come packed to the very rim. I've actually never tested it. I've never taken 6 of their cans and tried to, fill the can, and counted how many actual cans I get out of this. But for $14, roughly with tax, a little bit more with tax, I feel I'm coming out ahead anyways. So that little bit of a gripe of not quite even getting 6 cans out of it, I'm okay with that. Longhorn is it's a good budget dip for people who want to save a little bit of money. I tend to go through quite a bit of chew. I tend to chew all day long. Take a dip out, put a dip in. Even when I take a dip out and don't necessarily mean to put another dip in, 10 minutes after taking it out, all of a sudden I'll realize, I've already got a dip in. I've been chewing since I was about 13 years old. Yes, I know, 13. But there's a lot of underage dippers, and it's just when I started. Most males in my family chew and dip, and I started out like most people did, stealing my old man's dip. He'd be outside in the yard working, and I'd sneak into the house quick and grab a dip out of his dip can that was by his chair or on the table or in his work jeans. I'd grab the can and quick take a dip and beat it out of the house before he caught me. There was people at school growing up that always dipped. I dipped in school. I dipped on the bus. I started out dipping pouches, or actually Skull Bandits. Now, I'm 43 years old. So back then, Skull Bandits was all that there was as far as pouches. There wasn't. All these makers now are all making some sort of a pouch dip. So, over the years of dipping, things have changed. Things have gotten different. I can't stand the fact these fucking warning labels, they're stupid. They don't do nothing. I'm not, nor is anybody else, I don't think, likely to go in and say, I want a can of Copenhagen or I want a can of Longhorn Wintergreen, and then they get that can and see that warning label there and go, oh, you know what? Maybe I better not. Let's put that back. It says I shouldn't do it. It doesn't work like that. There's no point in putting it on there. Everybody knows that tobacco is, not good for you. As far as dipping, I'd rather dip than smoke. Uh, Dipping doesn't fuck with your lungs. Yeah, tears your gums up a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. It is, it's part of dipping. And if you don't want sore gums and your gums to be tore up, don't dip. But I'm to the point now where I've dipped so long that it's just habit. I don't feel, I'm relaxed when I got to dip in. I like dipping. I actually enjoy dipping. Um, but as far as Longhorn, it's a good dip. It's worth the money. It doesn't taste bad. It's good. It's a good flavor. It's very, very, very competitive as far as pricing, and I think it's worth it. Just having that extra amount of dip around the house, or like I said, I'm in plowing and I'm in the outdoor services. I plow in the winter, so this tub is really nice. When we get a big snowstorm, and we've got 14, 16 inches of snow coming, and I can guarantee you I'm going to be out plowing for the next 20 hours. It's nice to take this 6-can tub, throw it in my lunchbox, and I know not only do I have enough dip to get me through the night, but I got enough dip to get me through the next week. Of course, that's being that usually I have a can of dip sitting on my nightstand at home. I got a can of dip sitting on my end table by my chair at home. I'm always within arm's reach of a can of dip. But having the big tub, it's nice because I know I've got enough to get me through. There's not going to be, oh crap, I got to go to the gas station because I'm out of dip. I don't know about any of you people, but if I run out of dip, if I don't know I'm out of dip, if I put a dip in and I forget that I don't have enough for another dip, I'm okay. But the minute I realize that I'm out, now I'm freaking out because now I gotta get to the gas station right now. It doesn't matter. If I don't, I need to get to the gas station and get me a can of dip before I freak out because I can't handle it. So I like having the 6-can tub. To me, it's worth it. Flavor ain't bad. They do a good job with the wintergreen flavor, not making it overpowering, and making it, it's just a relaxing, inexpensive dip that I think, it's not Copenhagen, it's not Grizzly, but it's pretty darn close. And for $14 and some change for this much dip, it's worth the money. Anyways, Guns, Gear, and Life channel logging off. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and always remember to America. Have a good day, folks.